Senior nutrition wisdom has been hiding inside a 100-year-old saying, and almost nobody knows why an apple a day feeds a specific population of bacteria living in your colon wall.
Senior nutrition wisdom has been hiding inside an old saying for over 100 years, and almost nobody knows why it's actually true. An apple a day feeds a specific population of bacteria living in your colon wall, and after 60, those bacteria matter more than they ever did before. Eat the apple the wrong way, though, and you miss almost the entire benefit. There's a man I know, 68, a retired school teacher with hands still stained faintly from decades of chalk dust that never fully washed out, who has eaten one apple every single morning since he was a boy on his grandfather's orchard in the hill country. His grandfather used to hand him one straight off the tree before school, skin still cool from the morning air, and say the same 4 words every time. Keeps the doctor away. The old man died decades ago. The teacher still eats an apple every morning, standing at his kitchen window, watching the light change over his own small garden. He's never once questioned why. He just knew it felt like keeping a promise. Here is what's actually happening, and it has almost nothing to do with vitamin C. The real story is about a soluble fiber called pectin, concentrated most heavily in the skin and just beneath it, the part people so often discard. When pectin reaches your colon undigested, it doesn't just pass through. It becomes food, specifically food for the beneficial bacteria living along your colon wall. Those bacteria ferment the pectin and, in the process, produce short-chain fatty acids, the most important of which is called butyrate. Butyrate isn't a minor player. It is the primary fuel source for the cells that line your colon wall, called colonocytes. A well-fed colon wall maintains a tighter, healthier barrier, what researchers call gut barrier integrity, reducing the low-grade inflammation that becomes more common as we age, and that's been linked to everything from joint discomfort to slower recovery from illness. This matters more after 60 for a specific reason. Microbiome diversity naturally declines with age, and the population of butyrate-producing bacteria is often among the first to shrink. Feeding them consistently, the way that retired teacher has, unknowingly, for 60 years, helps preserve a population that would otherwise quietly diminish. But here's the myth part, and it's an important correction. Most of the pectin is in the skin, not the flesh. Peel the apple, and you throw away a significant portion of the fiber that was doing the real work. And the apple itself matters less than the category. Pears, and to a lesser extent, citrus pith, contain meaningful pectin too. It was never really about the apple specifically. It was about a specific kind of fiber that happens to be unusually concentrated in apple skin. Here's exactly what to do. Eat the apple whole, skin on, ideally organic or well-washed to reduce residue concerns. 1 medium apple a day is enough. You don't need 3. Chew it slowly rather than juicing it. Juicing removes almost all of the fiber and leaves mostly sugar behind. If you want to diversify the effect, alternate with a pear on some days, skin on as well. That's the entire practice. No supplements required, no powder, just the fruit, whole, the way it was handed to you. But there's something quieter underneath all of this. That teacher has been unknowingly feeding the very bacteria that protect his aging colon wall for 60 years, simply because his grandfather handed him a piece of fruit and called it love. Maybe the deepest wisdom in our lives was never delivered as science. Maybe it was delivered as a small, repeated gesture from someone who cared about us before we understood why it mattered. He never needed the biochemistry to benefit from it. He only needed to keep showing up at that kitchen window every morning. Sometimes the body remembers what the mind never learned. And sometimes the truest form of health is simply continuing a promise someone made to you, long after they're gone. The real power of an apple a day isn't vitamin C. It's the pectin in the skin, which feeds the bacteria in your colon wall and helps them produce butyrate, the fuel your colon cells need to stay strong. After 60, when microbiome diversity naturally declines, that daily feeding matters more than ever. Eat it whole, skin on, once a day. That's the whole secret behind a 100-year-old saying. This episode is a personal perspective on nutrition science and is not medical advice. Please consult your doctor or a registered dietitian before making dietary changes, especially if you manage a digestive condition. If you've ever kept a small promise like this one without knowing why, share this with one person who'd understand. Follow @Art of Aging podcast for more of the hidden science behind aging well.